The most commonly asked question of a cricket bat maker is how do I oil, knock in and prepare my bat prior to use? There are two methods that I would recommend. Oiling and facing the bat, or just oiling the bat. I'll now demonstrate both of these methods. The type of facing I use is a very high quality product. It has plenty of stretch and it doesn't tear. It's an airline product that's used to protect helicopter rotors and the wings of fixed-wing aircraft. To apply the facing to the bat, you simply remove the backing sheet, being very careful not to let the facing fold on itself. Evenly place the facing onto the blade, rubbing from the centre and lifting the facing outwards to remove any air. Working this over the edge. Facing is now correctly fitted. I leave the facing slightly over the toe area and clean up with a mechanical sander. If you don't have a mechanical sander, when applying your facing, move your facing up to avoid the curvature of the toe. Whatever you do not put the facing down where I have it at the moment and cut it with a knife. If you cut the bottom of the facing with a knife, you will damage the bat permanently and this can cause a major breakage. So move the facing up an inch, put the facing on this way. This will avoid trimming the toe on a mechanical sander. Once the facing is on the bat, the rest of the exposed timber, the shoulders, the base of the toe, the bottom of the toe, the back of the bat must be oiled with raw linseed oil to seal the moisture into the timber that's existing in the bat. Now that the bat has been faced, it's time to oil the bat and get a covering of any exposed timber. For this we just use a raw linseed oil available from a hardware store. Pour the linseed oil into the cap. Dip your finger in the oil and wipe over the willow. It doesn't matter if you get any oil over the labels. Every company nowadays will have a label that covers the splice region. The oil will not affect this region at all. The back of the bat, simply pour the oil and smear with your fingers. Approximately 1 cap's worth is a single coat. Once the oil has been applied, let the bat sit in a horizontal position for the oil to soak into the timber. Leave approximately 24 hours between each coat. Once the back of the bat has been left for the oil to soak in and the face of the bat in the horizontal position, you then turn the bat on its handle and apply more oil to the toe. The toe will take up to 2 to 3 coats more than the back of the bat, and I would recommend up to 6 coats. Try and keep the oil thick onto the toe so it has time to penetrate into the bat and leave standing on end. This will now allow the oil to slowly seep into the willow. With the oil only method, ensure that the bat sits in a horizontal position. Using raw linseed oil, apply a capful of oil to the face of the bat. Using your fingers, smear the oil generously over the face and any exposed wood. Now allowing the oil to slowly seep into the face of the bat. Leave this overnight. The next day, rotate and turn the bat and apply oil to the back of the bat. The toe will need to have additional coats of oil by standing the bat up on its end, smearing oil onto the toe of the bat, leaving the bat standing up in a vertical position for the oil to soak into the toe and apply up to 6 coats. The oil method will require at least 4 coats on the face, up to 24 hours apart. Regardless of which method you choose, I'd anticipate it would take up to a week to complete the oiling process before starting the knocking in. The knocking in process is a crucial part of bat preparation. It condenses the fibres of the willow on the face of the bat and avoids any unnecessary damage when a bat is first used. I use a special cricket bat knocking in mallet with a rounded head. If we have a close look at the face of a bat prior to knocking in, we can see that the face is fairly even. By beating the face of the bat, we can start to create an indentation. We have to be very gentle on the edges to start with, slowly increasing the pressure. The indentation should be over the entire playing area. Do not, under any circumstances, knock in the leading edges of the bat, as this will cause damage. The bat is now ready to use against old balls in the nets.